I think Luka's 34 is way more impressive. Luka's way with 34 is way more impressive than his this year.
Okay, but yeah, he's a generationally skilled player, a superstar.
Yeah, but I think that there's I still think there's I think there's a little gap between Luka. You know what I mean? Like Luka's level.
Yeah, and you think that Luka and
Shea.
I
think Luka's a generational transcendent person. And
yeah.
I think we can see more Shays before we can see.
I think it's close, bro.
I think we can see. We'll see more Shays. Nah, he's great. I'm just saying we'll see way more Shays before we'll see Lucas.
I think what sets Luka apart is his passing
right now. My opinion.
I don't. I think that's
right now.
What'd you say?
I think
he got blown by more last game or in these playoffs than Luka has.
Who? SGA
was only in the finals.
In the finals, yeah. You seen that though, best. He's been getting,
but like that shit don't mean nothing to me, bro. Like
he getting blown by 77%. Yes, it does mean something.
That team is a generation.
Dude, okay, that doesn't mean they might be driving on his ass like 4 times a game, and that 70% is like 3 times in the whole series. You know, like
yeah.
I'll take that percentage. I like that percentage.
And you know that Luka's getting targeted more. Like, okay, come on, man. Who do you want defensively, Luka or SGA?
Exactly. There's definitely more possessions on Luka
defensively, but it's like offensively, I still want Luka like literally 10 times out of 10 times.
No, that's not true. It's not a 10 out of 10 thing. This guy's okay. SJ's got an MVP off of his offensive capabilities this year.
That's how put Luka on that team. Is Luka not getting MVP?
No, I don't think so. Honestly,
that's crazy. No, that's insane.
I don't know.
That's not how basketball works. Though.
Okay, but still, with his passing, like their whole scheme is they have a million shooters. You know what I mean? Chet is big. Like, you don't think Luka Doncic would capitalize with that level of roster to?
He had a great roster last year.
I like it.
Last year, he had a great roster last year.
Last year, he had a roster built around him. It wasn't a great roster, but it was a roster built around him, and he got to the finals.
Oh, you mean the year before that? Oh, no, that was last year.
Luka Doncic.
Yeah. I'm thinking about last year still sounds like this year. Okay, he had a good team. Yeah, but
it was built around him, and he succeeded.
That team wasn't. Was that team as good as OKC right now? The role players.
No, they drafted well. I'm not gonna say it's better than OKC's team, but
okay, that's what I'm saying. Like.
They're close.
They beat OKC.
If Luka can average 34, like 9-9 with a little bit worse team, like I think that he could do just as well, if not better. Which is already better stats than Shea's putting up on his team. You know what I mean? Like his normal stats are better than Shea's stats. What he's putting up on a much better team.
Different player comps, Omari. If we're looking at stats,
I get that. I know it's not just stats, but I'm saying like I'm putting. People like are generational to me, like when they're literally like a one-man force. Like Shea has a really, really, really good team around him. You know what I mean? Like
he's a one-man force.
He's not a. I mean, he averages a lot of points. He's not a one-man force though.
Amari's saying he has a really, really good team though.
Okay, but
it's the same. Like it's not. He's better than Tatum to me. Obviously, he's better than Tatum to me. But like you know what I mean? The Celtics have a really good team, so people are like Tatum's really good. He's averaging 30.
Okay, but people without the team, Tatum would still be
like
good.
People. Without the team, Shea, like Tatum's stats. Well, okay, Shea's averaged 34 this year, so that's a lot. But Tatum's stats have been really, really good and maybe better. You know what I mean? Doing the same thing, and it's like he hasn't even been. I know that is also Jokic and them like taking MVPs, but he's not even barely ever considered. Like he's like hardly top 3, even when he has 30 points on the first seed.
Okay, but these guys are still going to be good regardless of the team they're on.
No, I think they'll be good, but I'm just saying that when it comes to you taking the team success, like. I'm just saying if you take in like team success and everything, like it's gonna make Shea look even better because he's in the finals doing it. But it's just like Luka's still a better player.
I don't know because I feel like the whole team.
I also think last year was really like bad. Last year was a really bad like. If we were rating like this season, Shea's season this year, and Luka's season last year, Luka's season was better.
We can't do that individually. We're in a new year.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying that recency bias of this year, having like a shitty second half and everything, and injuries and everything, like, I think it just dampens. You know what I mean? It dampens how people see Luka because he came back and it was okay, but not really because there's context to why our team was so bad. You know what I mean? He wasn't even playing.
He was a big guy and he didn't perform as well. Like he got eliminated in the first round. You got to take into context of him.
That's all the context of the
right. He got hurt, but. I mean, he got hurt early in the season, but he's still the same Luka. Like,
but you got to rehab to come back. You got to adjust to the new team. Insane trade, like, yes, that's what context
is. We're using rehab as an argument
as to why he didn't. He looked slow when he got back in the second season. Now people are going to use that second half of the season to judge him his entire and say he's not as good as Shea now. Like that's what I'm saying. They're using
SGA is better. He had a better season. SGA is better.
I said Luka's better.
He had a better season than Luka Doncic. Huh?
This year, yes, but I'm saying in total, I'm still gonna say Luka's better just because Luka didn't have the best season this year. Like you can't just be like, oh, he didn't have the best season, so he's now Shai's better. Like
I think Hus is just paying.
I mean, it was close last year too. It was a 1 and 2.
Hassan, is your point trying to say like you think Shai this year just had a better year than Luka? That's it, simple.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. But I'm like, you can't just use that to say now Shai's better. Like when there's without using any type of context. You know what I mean? Like it's like Tyrese is better than Luka too now. Then like you know what I mean? Like
how?
Because he's in the
finals run. I'm saying the whole season.
He didn't get bumped in the first. Okay, but so I'm saying like he was hurt. He came back slow to a new team with no center. Like, what do you expect to happen to our team? Like, you can't put that on Luka and say now Luka's not as good because we didn't have a single center that was playable in the playoffs. Like,
so you're blaming the roster for his level of like inadequacy.
He wasn't like he was not that bad. You know what I mean? Defensively, he was pretty bad, but it's just like like I said, all that plays into account. If you're coming off knee injury, he obviously has that fucking bloody knee every game. Like, you know what I mean? And he was fat.
I mean, I agree. He's not
like,
that bad.
There's a lot of context. I think that
you want to compare
he will mind niggas this year at the end of the day. Like,
if you want to compare the last 2 seasons, SGA has been better the last 2 seasons combined.
Luka
He
had a really good year last year, though.
SGA, because SGA was MVP candidate last year too.
So was it? Luka should have won.
Beat him last year too, Hus. Don't forget, and he averaged like 34.
And put that nigga away. And set that nigga home in 5. He was on highest seed and he set that nigga home in 5, bro. I forgot. I can't. Thank you, Gabe. How are you gonna talk about this?
I'm talking about the 2-year thing you said. I'm talking about the 2-year thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying like this was such a. But this was such a weird year. Like this was such a weird Luka year. This is the first year of his entire career. This is the first year of his entire career, and he was still average 28, like 9 and 7. Like my fault. Like, you know what I mean? Like his down year was 28, 9 and 7.
Some light, 28, 9, 7. Something like
yeah, like how are we gonna say now a nigga just because he's on a first seed averaging 30, he's better than a nigga who averages 30, almost a triple double, 30 points, and made it to the finals the year before.
Loses the Pacers in 5. Hassan, what are you gonna say about this now?
That's not gonna have anything to do with.
Then he's not one of them guys. And is Luka lost 2 in the finals?
And 5 by the Celtics. So I don't hear.
So, what's your point for Luka?
I'm not saying the finals lost. That was me.
I think Luka
last 2 seasons, SGA has been more consistent than Luka Doncic, and he has an MVP. Luka doesn't, and he had a better season.
Oh, brother! Oh my God! Nah, bro.
MVP is
so bad. Like that's so context. Like, no, it's not even that. It's just it's also how the seasons go. Like.
You're trying to put SGA.
This nigga Luka lost it to who did Luka lose it to? Embiid or Jokic?
Jokic won.
Jokic, right? It's just like
I just think you're giving him.
The only reason he won is because the nigga's tired of giving it to Jokic.
Yeah, okay, but Luka wasn't even in the conversation.
Obviously, the nigga didn't play no games. He didn't play no games. What do you want him to do? He wasn't gonna be in no conversation.
Okay,
he played like 50 games.
Bro. He was illegal to play.
He wasn't qualified regardless.
Take injury into account. Injury allows him not to be in the game.
Can't just all right. So Tatum's worse than everyone in the league right now. Tatum's the worst nigga in the league.
What do you mean?
Because he can't walk. He can't walk, so he's the worst in the league.
Who said that?
You have to take injuries into account. He's injured.
No, I'm saying him not playing in basketball games. You have to take into account. Like SGA playing games, you're taking that away from SGA.
It's not. How is that his fault? Like it's how is that his fault? He got injured.
Yeah, that's reality, Omari. Something life isn't fair.
One season, I understand. No, I understand if it's bro. When it's Kawhi, when it's Zion in them, I understand. Like it hinders their team year after year. You know what I mean? It's the first year that's ever happened to Luka, and it like you can't give him any like slack for coming back slow or being fat because when he was on his ass for 4 months. You know what I mean? Like.
I'm giving him slack. He's a top 5 player in the NBA. That's enough slack. No, I'm just saying he's not better than SGA right now.
Nah, that's
and SGA has proved it.
That's just crazy recency bias. That's my main point. Is that it's recency bias. Yeah, my main point is that it's just complete recency bias. There's nothing besides the second half of last season to say that. You know what I mean? In their entire careers,
it is recency bias.
Meanwhile, SGA's had a longer career too.
Okay, people can't develop. I'm saying right now. Luka has a better career than SGA, obviously. I'm not arguing that.
Okay, but I was saying, like, we see it's because you can't see a nigga every single year, be a fucking generational damn near best player in the league, and then he has an injury, comes back with flow with the blockbuster trade. Like I said, the historic trade, insane. Who knows what emotions are going through the nigga head at the time? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
and then he comes back. Yes, because it's context.
You're mental.
It's real, yeah. Like it's real
I'm
shit.
just looking at numbers. I'm looking at performances.
Okay.
This guy,
Right. Well, like I said, if you just take context, if you take all context out of everything, we can have some crazy conversations here.
Well, sometimes it's just black and white. I'm looking at the.
It's not. That's not black and white at all. Okay, well you shouldn't. Like if you're gonna compare two individual players, like you can't. Like you take team like, and then you take the team success into account so much. Like, I say you take team success a lot into account when it's not like you overstate it. Like this, just because this nigga's in the finals in the first seed, like and shit, doesn't mean that this nigga is better than Luka now because Luka lost in the first round. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, he's the reason why his team's the first seed and why other players are all NBA talents too.
You be training J-Dub?
I'm just saying he makes them better. He makes the players better.
He be training.
Like I said, I don't want to take nothing away from SGA because I love SGA. It's like, actually, I'm lying. I don't like that nigga.
I still think it's pretty close, honestly.
But I'm lying. I can't even.
I'm lying.
Finish that sentence. Yeah, that nigga be power baiting too much, makes me mad. But I respect his game. You know what I mean? His success and whatever. But I'm not just gonna sit here and be like, oh, he's better than Luka now. When Luka showed me this the entire up until the second half of last season that he's always been better. You know what I mean? And then now that he has his,
things can change like that though. Like
his team changed. That's what changed.
A couple of years ago, we were saying, "Oh, LeBron."
Okay, say team got better.
The next thing you know, Jokic comes.
He still is
an MVP. Jokic wins another MVP. Insane stats.
LeBron was still a better player.
So LeBron was better than Jokic.
What year did he win his first MVP?
Jokic.
Yeah, when he was 6 seed or something, right?
Yeah, I think.
LeBron was still better of the year. I think it was 2020 or something.
NBA MVPs.
I think
you
it was
what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, because it was Jokic, then Jokic, then Embiid, then Jokic, then Shea.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
2019, 2020. Giannis back to back. You could say Giannis was the best player in the NBA at the time.
No, but Jokic had to go. I thought Jokic won 3 of the last 5.
He won 2021, 2020, 2021, 21,
now
2022.
3 of the last 5.
Oh, it's because I was 19 and yeah, that's 6 years. That's why I was tripping off for 19 and 20.
Yeah,
I forgot Giannis.
But my whole point is you can be at the top, and then you can just drop just like that.
He got injured in 21, so that's why I'm not saying. But in 2020,
okay, and injuries can like.
Nah, I'm lying. Giannis had a better season. Giannis had a better season than LeBron did 2020.
Whoever wins.
No, actually, no. Fuck that. Fuck that. We was in.
You can lose skill, or someone can surpass you just like that in the NBA.
No, LeBron should
have won. All season, take emotion into account, a trade, none of that.
Bro, okay, but like I said, you can't just be like, he's doing this. It's only because of skill.
I didn't say it's only because of skill. I think Luka has more skill than SGA. I just think SGA is a better player because he knows how to contribute to winning, and he's done it for more consistently than Luka.
That's not even true. That's literally not true.
The past 2 seasons, he has.
It's too. All right, man. All right, we're going to agree to disagree. Luka's going to average 35, 10, and 10 next season, win MVP.
And if he does, I'll say
we can talk about this in the offseason a lot more. We could talk about this in the offseason a lot more.